big brother, and he told me that, I asked Anne, his wife, Henry's mom, to send in their story. So I was planning on kind of summarizing it, but I feel like it'd be best to kind of read their journey, and then Henry's going to sing this song that I think will be real special tonight. So this is from Anne. Our family went on vacation in 2009. Henry and Eli's the younger brother, were ages 4 and 2. We were with 2 other families, our dearest friends. Eli had been struggling with some odd health issues, all seemingly unrelated, until the puzzle came together that week on vacation. We ended up in an emergency room at the beach for what we thought was a rogue case of strep throat. Time absolutely stood still when the doctor told us that Eli had leukemia. That day marks the before for our family. Yet it also marks a time of the deepest certainty that God is who he says he is. From the very moment of that diagnosis, we saw the Lord orchestrate impossible details, reminding us of his great sovereignty over all things. Romans 8:28 became the verse in our heads, and he was so gracious to affirm his nearness and goodness. Eli was diagnosed with a high-risk form of acute lymphoblastic leukemia and endured chemotherapy for 3.5 years. We are so very thankful that he continues to be in remission from the cancer. However, with leukemia, you pretty much destroy the healthy bone marrow in hopes of eliminating the cancer. Most kids recover from the treatment in about 6 months after chemo ends. Eli has been off treatment since November 2012, and yet his immune system is still not working normally. He still struggles with frequent illness and receives five-hour infusions with a home health nurse every 3 weeks to try and help support his immune function. It's easy to imagine what Eli's life has looked like: hospitalizations, surgeries, a bald chemo head. But cancer is most definitely a family disease, especially for siblings. Henry's life has been a lot different and kind of a roller coaster. Some nights we would put him down to bed, and instead of waking up the next morning to Mama and Daddy, he would stumble out of his bed to find a family friend in the living room because an ambulance had scooped Eli up in the middle of the night, and we were back in the hospital. Henry has struggled over the unpredictability of all aspects of our life, yet this uncertainty has been an ever-present reminder that we are physically, emotionally, spiritually, we cannot do life outside of Jesus. I can hardly articulate God's graciousness to us, and we are most thankful that Henry recognizes that Jesus is the source, crazy and all. And when I met Phil, Henry's dad, last semester, I was telling him how special I felt like Henry was, and even from a distance, I'm not involved day to day in the academy, but I just felt like for an 11-year-old, he had something very special, and he had a maturity on his life. And so now, knowing the backstory, I can kind of understand a little bit of